I like it.
Giving everybody a preview of the new season 5 opening, which season 5 for us will start probably not next week, but the following week after media days. And because Kirk Ferentz goes live at media days. He's the first one to go on that 3-day thing. I can't remember which date.
Oh,
I think it's the 28th. I think it's 28th, 29th, and 30th. I think he's first up according to the schedule Big Ten Network put out.
yeah. And then I have a doctor's appointment that morning, but it'll probably get over in time. 45 days till kickoff today. So
yeah,
you talk about days are numbered. Days are numbered, till that football season start. I'm so excited.
Yeah. So what's the over-under on PJ Fleck leaving the media more than 5 minutes to talk? Ask him questions.
I don't know. He stretches her out. That's for sure with his pregame speech. So
okay. Well, okay, everybody. Before we get started with the show, I do want to point out that right in front of us is the link to join the show. If you guys wish to come on and talk on the show, you don't have to show your face if you don't want to, but it would be nice if you did. And over here in the link, just remember, any one of these links should work pinned at the top of the comment section. Okay. But also, we do have to pay the bills. And we are going to go for a big pick-me-up right now. Just remember, if you guys go to cocainecoffee.com and use the promo code Villains15, you do get 15% off your order. Does that sound like a professional commercial or what?
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty. Also, too, I just want to point out we are part of the Villains Network. There's many, many, many shows on this network, and so, So we'll just say that there is one other Hawkeye show on this network, and I think they're kicking off their season pretty soon. Okay, their new season. Yeah, I don't know much about what's going on. They haven't discussed it with me, but they should be coming on. Okay, we're up to 794 subscribers, so we picked up 3 since the last podcast. Yes, if you're one of those, thank you. Hit that subscribe button, please, if you haven't already. It's right there in front of you. It's just so easy to hit, and it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. This is a free subscription. You don't cost you nothing. Unlike some of them other places that you got to pay to be a subscriber, but we don't charge, and neither does YouTube. It's free. Okay.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, and go ahead and like it. I noticed that we're getting a lot more likes. That helps. That gets that out there in front of everybody that they think might be interested. And so do that for us too, and then share it, and then please comment tonight. And I would love for you guys, somebody to call in on the show live and join us tonight, please. It's just real simple. If you got something you want to discuss, even if it's off topic, we'll talk about it. Just no politics, please. Okay. All right. Let's start with I know that most people want to talk football, and I think we got some fun things planned for that. But let's start first of all with the women's basketball recruiting. We've got 4 girls that were offered, including the number 1 recruit in the nation. Am I correct? Class of 2027 or 2028?
Well, number one player in the nation is from Alabama. She's a point guard, is 6 foot tall, and 2029 class.
Okay, cool.
And I sent you the picture. I was hoping you're going to put the picture up because I cannot remember her name. So,
well, I can help you with that.
Okay, good.
Oh, no wonder I feel dark today. Oh my gosh. Oh, my light's not working. Oh, we're going to die here pretty quick. I just realized that somebody, probably a cat. Hang on.
Them felines, they rule the world. Yeah. By the way, we're killing time. Saturday's the Shrine Bowl game for all high school football in Iowa, the Shriners Bowl. Iowa only has 1 player in there, I think, and that's David Fizan, who's a defensive end, tight end. He's like 6 foot tall, 270 pounds. And I think he has a real upside to play as a walk-on at Iowa in the future. And then, of course, Saturday night is the WNBA All-Star game. So Saturday we have something to look forward there to. I hope I'm filling time here adequately. And all you viewers out there, you can feel free to put your comments up for Dean to cover. And I think Dean's having an earthquake there in California as we speak. The
Oh my
room is
gosh, that's the
jumping.
beauty of live. You never know what's going to happen when you're live.
Yeah, I think I'll be more beautiful when I'm dead. You know, the casket. I'll look better in the casket than I do now. But
I've told my people that just bury me in a Hawkeye gear if you have to go out and buy new Hawkeye gear, so I look good.
Yeah.
That's all I want. Just
So
bury me that way.
I covered while you were gone that the Shrine football high school all-star game is Saturday, and then the WNBA all-star game is Saturday night. So I was killing time for you, Dean.
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
what?
The Fever game is playing exact same time we are.
I'm watching it.
How are we doing so far? Because it's behind me, so I just turned it off.
Right now, I don't know if it's up to date on my TV, but it's 3-2 the Fever, and I don't know.
3-2 Fever. Who got the 3-pointer?
I don't know. I've been trying to pay attention to the show, So.
Oh, anyway. Yeah. Well, that's nice. Okay. So let me do this. Mm-hmm. Let me get to what you sent me today.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this girl. Iowa offers 29 5-star point guard Kristen Winston, Hoover, Alabama, rated as the number 1 player in the class of by ESPN. Notable offers. I don't think we stand a prayer getting this girl. Texas, Notre Dame, Michigan, Tennessee, Oklahoma, North Carolina. I think every one of those programs is currently ahead of Iowa in where they're at with their program. I mean, I think we could have kept it going if we could have used the Caitlin Clark effect a little bit, but I just don't think the Caitlin Clark effect worked for recruiting.
Yeah, but we do have Lysandra Barrett, so she's been doing a heck of a job recruiting girls from Georgia and that area. So
yeah, yep, okay, Kristen says on her Instagram, she says, after a great call with Coach Barrett, I am grateful to announce that I have received an offer from Coach Jensen. Go Hawkeye. Go Iowa. That's her name, by the way. Yeah. Iowa women's basketball. Thank you for believing in me. I think somebody else said something similar today.
It's
Okay. So you got one. I think this girl's name is Tay Morris or Taylor Morris. Is that correct?
Yeah, probably. Is she the one from Arizona?
They don't give any other information on there. When you send stuff, you don't send everything. You just send a
Okay.
picture.
Yeah.
But says she's offered. She's sitting in a chair with her foot stretched on a
Yeah,
basketball.
that's the girl from Arizona that's a 2028, and she's 6'3". Some people say she's 6'4", but she's like a forward. So
Interesting. Yeah, Taylor Morris is her name.
and yeah, and is
She
it
wears
Morris?
number 11.
Is it Morris or Moore?
Morris.
Okay.
You know, like Zach Morris from the
Okay.
Bayside High School thingy.
Jack Morris, who pitched for the Tigers, and we sold draft horses too.
Okay.
So,
all right, Braylee Dinkman. Also, super grateful to receive an offer from Iowa women's basketball. Thank you to all the coaching staff for believing in me. Go Hawkeyes.
And she's from up in the Minneapolis, Minnesota. She's in Minnesota, and she's a 2029 guard.
How come we got all these freshmen we're offering?
Well, you gotta woo them young, you know. I guess you don't have to, but Iowa ain't gonna offer somebody that young unless they're really good.
That is true.
You don't offer a kid unless you want them, you know. And
okay, I don't know if they're related or not, but we got another girl with the last name of Morris. Caleb Morris. So we got two Morrises we've offered.
Yeah, and she's from Georgia, and she's a 6'2", probably small forward or something. And she's a 20. I think she's 2029, another 2029, and she's like the girl from Arizona is like the number 11 player in the country. And this girl's pretty highly rated too, but I don't remember exactly. But anyway, they're obviously it's summer camp time, just like it was for the men, and I was throwing out their offers to girls, and even though it's very early in their careers, you know. So
are the women done with their summer workouts now? Are they taking a break until school starts? Or what?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm sure they're still working out, but I think they're in one of them breaks where the coaches aren't scrimmaging them or anything.
Okay. So. Yeah, I think because one of the girls in her interview said the coaches were gone for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I've seen Lisa Bluter did Gustafson's. She was the person that married him. I wanted to say the preacher, but Lisa's no preacher. What do you call it? Aficionado, whatever. Officiant?
I guess, yeah. I didn't know that she could do that.
Anybody can do that.
So Megan got married recently.
Yes, that's why she missed her last game. Was her wedding? It was. I suppose it was on Saturday, but
I know I shouldn't ask this, but because it's the WNBA, male or female?
She married a guy, a guy that's taller than her. She met him. I think she met him playing overseas. Did she play in Britain or something? And
I don't remember where she played.
I don't know, but it's where she got really good at basketball. You know, she lost a lot of weight and started shooting 3-pointers and stuff. But
she was good when she was at Iowa.
But I mean, she's more of an outside player now. She had to be. She had to be to make it in the W. You know, she's like if Hannah Stolke goes and develops that outside shot like Gustafson did, and Aaliyah Boston has this year. You know,
oh my God, Leah Boston.
That's how Hannah would get interest in the W. You know, so
I think they said Leah Boston has made double the 3-point shots this year over what she made in her first 3 previous years to combine.
It is. She's shooting 40 46% or something like that. The highest percentage in the W, I think. And right up there with her, Sophie Cunningham.
Yeah.
Up in the 40s, that's hard to shoot for. It's hard to shoot 40% from the 3-point.
Boy, Sophie
line.
Cunningham looks so old when she's out there playing.
She looks so old.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't have the same thoughts like every other guy does about her.
Well, you think she looks old?
Yep.
Okay.
I think she looks old and way underweight. She needs a little more meat on them bones.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Okay. Anything else we want to cover before we move on?
Oh, the only thing, I don't know if I mentioned this on pod before, but Gable Mitchell got drafted, in the 6th round by the Phillies.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had a pitcher, LaFlavor or something. He was picked in the 10th round by the Boston Red Sox. And you would think the guy that's picked earlier would get more money, but the pitcher got 790-some thousand to not come to Iowa and pitch for the Red Sox. And Gabe Mitchell only got $5,000.
Yeah, that's because they didn't have to entice him to not go back to Iowa because he'd already used up all of his eligibility.
He couldn't go back to Iowa. And guess what? He's an undersized infielder with not a lot of power. So it wasn't like he's a great on-base percentage guy. Stuff like
5K is all, though. That's just like a slap in the face.
No.
What kind of agent does he have? Fire that agent.
Well, if Gable wanted a lot of money, he should have went to the draft last year. He'd had some bargaining power. But anyway.
Alrighty. Let's move on. This one was real hard, but you wanted us to kind of like pick our most underrated players that might make some noise this year.
Yeah, and guys that are kind of under the radar. I mean, breakout players. Iowa obviously is going to have a lot of breakout players because we got a lot of new players this year, right?
Right. Yep.
Guys that haven't started hardly any games at all. Like everybody, and you can go ahead and pick Epinesa, but everybody's picking Epinesa as a breakout player, right?
Right.
Yeah, and everybody's probably picking somebody, like Buffington. Everybody thinks Buffington's going to be this second best defensive player, even though he's only played like 10 snaps in his life at Iowa.
Well, you can
pick them if you want to, Dean. I'm just saying I'm going to try to shoot for really under the radar guys that I think might surprise and
I did exactly that. I did guys that probably are not listed in anybody's too deep, but might see some playing time. Might be playing some though.
Okay.
Okay, might get to play some because of injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, not everybody. I mean, some people like, for example, Drew Campbell.
There you go. I was going to pick him too.
Were you?
Well, yeah. Whenever I keep hearing a coach, like the defensive line coach, they say, "Well, who's kind of jumping up?" And he says, "Well, Drew Campbell." It's like, yeah, that's a good pick, Dean.
Yeah, defensive end. But he would be playing opposite of Epinesa because nobody's going to take that other defensive end spot away from him.
He actually practices on that same side.
Does he? All right.
So they might rotate a lot, maybe. And a lot of times them defensive ends really don't flip from side to side. Herkett always played on his side, and Llewellyn always played on the other side all the time that they played at Iowa. So anyway, and Drew would be a third-year player. We'll just term him. The University of Iowa now just puts a number on their year. He's a red shirt. He's
1, 2, 3, or 4.
Yeah, or 5.
I don't think anybody on the roster got a 5, so I don't think we have any fifth-year players on the roster.
Well, we sure do, but
We do? Okay.
Yeah, it's anybody that's a senior that redshirted, like Van Kekericks and Montgomery.
Okay, well,
Everybody's a fifth-year senior except for Estrenga and Bryce Stevenson, who transferred in. He never redshirted at his other school.
yeah.
And we got
Okay.
one sixth-year guy, Miss Linsky. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Malinsky got an extra year.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were going to do that anymore. I thought they were just going to, it's five. You got 5 years to play, and that's it. No more red shirts, no more medical red shirts.
You did a great job on that pick. Do you have another one, or?
Well, I'm going to let you pick one now.
Oh shoot! I wasn't even ready. Yeah, I don't know that how big a stretch some of these guys are.
I think
but
some of mine might be a stretch, but these are names we've talked about in the past.
a guy that I think is going to be a big time breakout. But right now, I think he's listed as a starting cash is Wallace.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I looked at him and I passed him over.
Yeah. He's right now. He's our starting cash, and Loopmer is back at safety because he won. Loopmer's the guy is the only safety back there. The rest of them are transfers that actually know the defense in and out, and he needs his safety to tell the secondary how to, what play's coming and what coverage to jump into and all that stuff. So yeah, I'll go with Wallace. I think he's going to be a great player at Iowa, and he's just a second-year guy. So
okay. Darn, that's the wrong magazine. Darn it. Okay. Alrighty, I'm going to go next with. Hang on for a second. I want to check my picks against an actual two deeps. Predicted the actual predicted two deep.
Yeah, and there's no two deep actually.
Not officially.
I never put one out, but
okay. Hang on for a second. Oh my gosh. I did pick one. I did not realize he's in the two deep.
Well, it's all right that they're in the two deep if they've never been a guy that's played a lot,
Yeah. Okay, Cannon Leonard on the O line.
Yeah. 6'9", 305 pounds.
He should make a difference, and I forgot what year he is. I think he's like a third-year player.
He's a fourth-year guy. Okay. He has one more year left, and he plays behind Dotzler at right tackle. But he can.
Dotzler or Dotzler?
I don't know. And Leonard can. He's a guy that can flip to either side. If Laut got hurt, I don't know if they'd flip Dotzler over there to play left tackle and let Leonard play right tackle, or whether Leonard would flip over to left tackle. I'm not sure, but
okay. I think I found another one I put on from the two deep. And honestly, when I chose these guys, I just went through the roster and just
you don't have to worry if they're on the two deep or not.
Yeah, I know, but we really want it under the radar. If they're in the two deep, they're not under the radar, really.
Well, I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, Cale Winter is my pick from the offensive line. Another one.
Yep. Walk on, and he is the same age as Caden Proctor. They were in high school at the same time, so he's a fourth-year guy. But he's a walk on. Before I've heard of him ever since I remember watching him play in high school. But most Hawkeye fans never heard of him until the bail toss. Anyway, I'm gonna go with my next one is a guy that people talk quite a little bit about, even though he hasn't played at Iowa yet. Says Marcello Vitti.
Yeah.
As a backup cash. And
he's actually listed as a backup cash in this book.
And if he he has to learn the defense better, but he's just a baller, and he knows how to play ball, like Desmond King or something. But if Wallace got hurt, hell, he could start 8 games or something.
Yeah.
So
I see they got Jacob Wallace as a in the 2 deeps too, and as a freshman, and you picked him already to make some noise.
Yeah, he's actually right now. I think the spring game he started it at Cache.
Did he?
So I call him a starter, really.
Now,
even though Iowa doesn't have a 2 deep.
Doesn't the Cache have to call plays when he's out on the field?
Nope. Nope. It's usually the Quinn Schulte position, the safety, the guy that calls for the front 7 is always the middle linebacker, the Jay Higgins, Jack Campbell position, and of course, Buffington is going to be our middle linebacker, but you know darn well that Montgomery, the fifth year senior, beside him at weak side linebacker, whatever they call that linebacker position, is going to be helping shout out, where to play and what the defense is and stuff like that.
I've also picked at defensive back. I picked Cody Haddad.
Yeah.
Now he's not listed anywhere on the 2 deeps, but I just feel like they didn't bring him in for no reason.
No, he's a young guy that came from Ohio State. He'd be a 3rd year guy, I think.
Yep, he's year 3.
Yeah, and the next guy I pick I think is going to be a superstar. And I think he'll probably end up starting this year at right guard instead of Mislinski. I think it'll be Allgaier. And maybe that's cheating that I pick him. I don't know. But the coaching staff loves him. And he's just a 2nd year guy. So.
Yeah. No, nowhere to be seen on the 2 deeps at this time. Oh, yeah. He is. Yep, there he is. Yeah. There he is. I found him. 2 deep.
Yeah, and he was the runner-up in the bail toss.
Okay.
Lucas Allgaier.
All righty. Here's another one I got. I'm picking KJ Parker. This guy started out the year okay, and he fell down the list a little bit after other people started coming up on him. But I'm going to put him that he's going to make some noise at returner. I think he's got some speed there, and if he can catch the ball there, he can just take off and go.
Yeah. And there's one thing, like I said, my preamble to this was we only got 3 returning starters on defense. So there's got to be a lot of surprises on defense. I have a feeling that a bunch of these transfers they brought in at safety might get passed up by younger guys, so your Haddad pick might be good there,
Yeah.
I'll go with a really long shot as a returner, Jackson Nave. He's a walk-on. He was at Regina, I think, and then he went to Iowa Western just like Wetjet did for 1 year, and now he's back. He'd be a 3rd year guy, I think. And he's very fast. And LeVar Woods' last interview during bowl prep or whatever it was, when they asked him who was going to be the returners this year, he said, "Don't sleep on Jackson Nave. He's a very good returner, and he's a decent wide receiver. I believe he caught some passes in the spring game." But anyway,
all right. Well, another guy I thought that could make a good returner. I think he's buried in the running back. I don't think he'll see any playing time unless it's in a blowout. But Brevendal.
Yep.
I think the only way he gets on the field is as a returner.
Yeah, and I think it'll be as a kickoff return. I'm pretty sure Lutmer will be the punt returner unless he gets hurt.
Yeah,
I don't want to even mention that, but
here I think it's Athlon. Let me double check it. Athlon. I have Sporting News here too and Lindy's, but Athlon has Parker as the punt returner, Jalen Watson as the kick returner.
I know one.
Interesting to say the least.
I don't know if it was Phil Steele or whatever. Picked the All Big Ten team, and he had Lutmer as All Big Ten safety, but he also had Lutmer as the All Big Ten punt returner.
That could happen. I think they've kind of hinted to that could happen. I think they've hinted to that.
Yeah, and a real long shot, I'll give you, is a kid that just stepped on campus a month ago. Is Brody Schaefer, the wide receiver that they keep. And I think the wide receiver room is pretty deep, but they keep
wide receiver room is really deep. That's why I didn't look at Brody Schaefer.
Yeah, I didn't.
He's going to have to be something special.
They keep calling him Cooper DeJean all the time, and I thought, if he's Cooper DeJean, I know Tim Lester well enough that if that kid is like a difference maker, a big play guy, he's going to stick him in a game, in some games, and because Tim wants to be successful as an OC, so.
Did you send me that thing on the quarterback tiers, or did somebody else send that?
I don't know. I've seen a lot of quarterback ratings where the highest I've seen Iowa rated in the Big Ten is number 16 in quarterback. And I've seen national ratings where they're like number 106 because our nobody's seen our quarterbacks.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah. How could anybody rate them as really good unless they were like 5 stars and the number 1 quarterback in high school or something other than.
Okay, I just want to go back. I was just kind of looking for that while we were talking. Let's go back to what we were actually doing. How many more people did you pick that you might possibly think
I didn't make them off my top of the head, but obviously you can pick as many. There's going to be a lot of them that play.
Yeah.
That we have no idea about, and it's like the Godfrey kid who caused 2 fumbles in the Nebraska game.
Mm-hmm.
He's another guy that plays corner and cash and safety, and that kid, what he did there, you'd expect that that lit up Phil's light bulb that he was just a second-year player last year, and here he is showing out big against Nebraska. He's probably going to play a lot more than we sit around and realize.
I actually think you're right. I think, with the defense, like you said, we got a lot of people to replace on defense. And I think there's going to be a lot of by committee in certain spots. Like linebacker, I can see both Jaden Montgomery and Derek Weiskopf both playing a lot at linebacker. We just lost so much on defense. This defense is going to scare me this year. I'm sorry.
I'm expecting it to really surprise people.
I hope so.
I really am. I think it's every coach at each position. I listen to Kelvin Bell. I listen to Neiman. I listen to Seth. And I listen to Phil. And, of course, Phil and Seth commented on more than just their position group because they're both defensive coordinators on this team. And all of them said, when they talked about that defensive line we're talking about, Phil said very deep. Neiman said deep. A lot of young players. And Seth the other day said, I've never seen so much like exuberance and energy. Well, if you got 12 guys that you can just throw out there in layers, and they're pretty even, they can go full bore for the 40 minutes, 60 minutes, however long a football game is. But anyway.
Well, and anyway, 2 more guys I put on the list. I did make my list.
Go ahead.
Okay. Offensive line, Leighton Jones.
Yeah.
And tight end, Thomas Meyer. I think Thomas Meyer is going to be kind of like VJ Vanami last year. He's just going to come out of nowhere and just start making some noise. I got a feeling Ostringa we're not going to see much of that dude this year.
Hmm.
Okay. I think DJ has passed him up. Okay. And I think Thomas Meyer could in practice in the fall camp.
Yeah.
You know? And hopefully the coaches have been known to go with the older, more experienced players and out of loyalty for them too. But this is a season where we're kind of rebuilding through a lot of positions, and I got a sneaky feeling we kind of need to find out who the best players are that gives us the best chance to win.
I love these seasons where we're rebuilding and we go to the college football playoff.
That would be perfect.
I am so optimistic about this year, and you guys know from previous years, I'm not that type of person. You know, you and Jason used to ask me, well, come on, guess a record. And I'd always say, 8-4. I don't know. This year, looking at the schedule, I think there's only 3 games that I'm scared of, and I think we can win at least one of them.
Would that be the 3 first Big Ten games?
Well, yeah, those are 3 games that we're probably going to be 9 to 12 point underdogs in, even at home against Ohio State, because Ohio State's going to be universally voted one of the top 2 teams in the country preseason.
Here's some good news.
And when they beat Texas, which I think they will, because it's at home, then they'll be number 1 all year until they lose in Iowa City.
Well, here's good news, bad news. The Michigan quarterback is in a lower tier, but still ahead of Iowa's quarterback. But the bad news is both Ohio State's and Washington quarterbacks are in the top tiers.
Oh yeah, they're really good.
Yeah,
but the number 1 quarterback in the college football last year was the Indiana guy, and we about beat him at home, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And
this is Kinnick Stadium. I don't know if you ever heard of Kinnick Stadium, Dean, but it's a hard place to play.
Yeah, but we only get Ohio State at Kinnick. We don't get the other 2 there.
Yeah, but
okay. Toll House has a couple of comments on his players.
Go ahead.
Okay, he says, I've heard good things with defensive end transfer Kamari Brown, pretty even with Epineza. Yeah, I think we expect Kamari Brown to make some noise, which is why he wouldn't be an under-the-radar guy. So that's why I don't have him picked right now. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, in my regulations I sent to you, I said don't pick Kamari Brown or Merriweather or Epinesa. Those are
guys that everybody expects.
Everybody thinks they're the top 3, and Kamari Brown actually set the sack record at Elon last year. And I said don't pick L.J. Phillips because he almost ran for 2,000 yards last year. But.
So Kamari Brown was at Elon, so he played with an Iowa quarterback there, right?
Yeah, and the weight, I didn't know this, but the weight coach there, weight and conditioning, was an ex-assistant for Doyle and Braithwaite. So he asked that weight coach about Iowa, and that weight coach just said, hey, if you can play for Kirk Ferentz, that's the best guy. It's the best man there is in football, which is kind of universally thought, that what a great.
But he probably didn't ask the Iowa player, though, his opinion.
I don't know. You think Marco doesn't have a good opinion? I wouldn't know. But anyway.
I think Marco got burned, and he knows he got burned.
I don't Toll
House also says, I saw a rating today that Iowa QB lower than everyone except Purdue. A running back room is number 1 rated in the Big Ten. Okay, our running back room is number 1 in the Big Ten. Cool, but yeah, I think you saw that Toll House. I'm thinking that that he was in that last tier with the Purdue guy. I don't know. Did you guys anybody see that tier that they put out? I need to find that.
Well, the ones I've seen that had anybody below Iowa. One of the guys that was below Iowa was the new Rutgers quarterback, but it doesn't matter. It's even if we have an average year out of a quarterback, if we have a quarterback that throws for 2,000 yards or 20 2,300 or 2,400 yards, he's still going to be in the bottom 6 in the Big Ten. Because all them quarterbacks in the Big Ten, they all throw for 3,000, 3,500 yards.
Okay, so here we go. I'm going to give you the tiers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, tier 1 from Oregon, Dante Moore and Julian Sayin.
Mm-hmm.
Tier 2, Jaden Movia from Southern California. I can't say his last name.
Mueva.
Okay. And then Josh Hoover from Indiana. Where do they find these quarterbacks? This will be 3 years in a row that they're finding these great quarterbacks.
When you pay them $3 million, you find them.
Okay. Tier 3 is Demond Williams from Washington.
Yep.
Malik Washington from, I think that's Maryland.
Yep. He was a true freshman last year, and he was just super.
Yeah.
For a true freshman.
Yeah. Rocco Beck from Penn State. Nico Lama, I want to leave you. Is
UCLA.
UCLA, yeah. And Drake Lindsay from Minnesota. So honestly, if these quarterbacks come through for these guys, they're going to have some decent seasons.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No doubt.
All right. Tier 4, Bryce Underwood. So that makes me kind of feel good. We're going to go into, Michigan with a quarterback that's not as highly thought of as the 9 guys ahead of him.
Yeah.
Wisconsin's Colton Joseph. I don't know anything about this guy. Nebraska's
he's really good.
Yeah, and this is all in tier 4.
Mm-hmm.
Nebraska's Anthony
Calandria. Okay. He was real good at where he came from.
Okay, and then got Caton Hauser from Illinois.
Yep, he's an ex-Michigan State quarterback.
Okay, in tier 6 we've got Alessio Malvavekovic.
For Northwestern.
I think it's Michigan State.
Yeah, he's Michigan State.
Yeah. In that tier, though, former Michigan State quarterback Aiden Chilies, who beat us a couple years ago.
Aiden Childs,
yeah, I call him Chilies.
Yeah.
He's at Nebraska, so he's in tier 6, and he would be rated 4th to the bottom. Jeremy Helinski, in the lowest tier, but ranked number 16, where you said he was.
Yeah,
Rutgers Dylan Longurian, I can't even say it. And then Purdue's Ryan Brown, very last.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got any more comments?
Yeah, we got some more comments. Okay. Yes, Iowa running back room is number 1 by a good margin over Oregon. Well, that's nice to hear.
Oregon and Ohio State both have good running back rooms.
Okay. Tohal says, I did not see any rating on Minnesota's quarterback room.
Lindsay's supposed to be a first-round draft pick on a lot of mock drafts.
Okay.
It's only it's only his 3rd year. He was a redshirt freshman last year for him. But
did he start out as a Minnesota Gopher and that didn't transfer in?
Yep, he was a high school kid. So
okay. So here's my theory. I always thought that teams would go the way the quarterback goes. And for the most part, that's true. But as we know, when Deacon Hill was our quarterback, we won 10 games. Even though he was, by far listed probably the worst quarterback in Division I college football. But so that gives me hope with Helinski being rated so low. And we don't even know if it's funny that everybody assumes that Helinski's our starter. You know? It's
crazy. Nobody knows who our number 1 quarterback is. So.
Yeah, okay. Tohal says Lindsay has been in some legal trouble. Do tell the story. What's going on with him?
I didn't know. Click on and come on with us here.
Huh? Yeah, come on in. Tollhouse, why don't you click that on? You don't have to show your face. Click on the link and talk about it.
And then if anybody out there is watching the Indiana game, if they can tell us, if Caitlin's scoring or what she's doing. That'd be nice. But Indiana's got a lot of points. They got 52 points with over 4 minutes to go in the first half. But I don't.
They had that before too, and then
Yeah.
lost it, but got it back.
Well, they're ahead by 22. This is. But anyway.
This is the AC Mystics game. I was going to say they're not. All righty. I don't have it on my page today. Where is it at?
It's all right. Do we have any more comments you got to read, or?
No, we're caught up on the comments. And
Okay.
I was just checking to see where we were at with the game, but
yeah, Ohio State, as far as running backs, they have Bo Jackson, who was a great freshman last year, and then they got the number 1 high school running back in the country that they signed, and he's supposed to be some phenom, but he may be injured at the start of the season. And Michigan's the same way. They had a great running back coming in, but he may be injured. He's got some weird name like Major Harris or some darn thing like that. But
okay, wait a minute. First of all, we got Bo Jackson, obviously named after the Bo Jackson, and then you got a Major Harris, probably named after.
No, his name ain't Major Harris, but he's got a name like that: Sergeant or Major or General or
Colonel
or Napoleon, something like that. I don't know. But anyway.
All righty. Okay. All righty.
Did you have any other guys on your list?
No, those are the ones I went through and talked about. Let's see if I missed what I missed here.
Last year at this time,
there's Jarrett Bowie is listed as a backup receiver. So is Evan James and Dayton Howard, with KJ Parker, Tony Diaz, and Reese Vanderzee listed as the 3 starters at that position. I got a question for you. We're missing somebody, aren't we?
You want me to list all the wide receivers?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't need a whole list. I just need somebody. I thought I had.
There's not that many. There's 6 upperclassmen: Vanderzee, Bowie, and Howard, and then there's Parker, Diaz, and James. Those guys are all 3rd and 4th year guys, but none of them are seniors. Yeah. Then we got 3 freshmen, and then we got a bunch of walk-ons who are really good. And I mean, some of these, like the one walk-on caught a touchdown pass. Beagley, the guy that walked on from SMU, and he's just a 2nd-year guy, but he was part of the reason Diaz came. They took him and Diaz, and they're best friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he's somebody that could pop up, and I mentioned Jackson Nave. Apollo Payne is a big, strong walk-on wide receiver too. But anyway, I just picked Nave as a surprise. Last year at this time, all we were talking about was Preston Rees.
What happened to him?
The linebacker. Well, he didn't play in this. He had a great year last year on special teams. I mean, he just knocks the hell out of you, fast, strong. But he missed spring because he didn't play spring ball because he was injured. So everybody forgets about him. If he's healthy, he might. He was always way ahead of Weiskopf. He made the traveling squad last year, and Weiskopf didn't. When we went to away game. So don't forget about him, And
what do you think about Lance Ingold?
He looks like Tarzan. I mean, he looks like Van Ness. Van Ness, if he took his shirt off, he had there was no body fat, and I haven't heard anything about him in practice. He transferred from Northern Illinois, and hopefully he's in that wave of people we throw at him.
Yeah. Hey, Toll House, if you're still watching, you can just click on that link and try to get in the room. Oh, wait a minute. I don't see it anymore, the link. There it is. Yeah, you can just click on that link and get back in here. I would love to hear the legal trouble that Lindsay's in.
I never heard that, but
yeah. Hey,
if I did, I forgot about it.
Can you carry the ball and talk about some of these other players that might be under the radar in your opinion?
Okay. The Trent Wilson. The coaches love him. He's a transfer. He was a freshman All-American last year at James Madison, and the UCLA coach wanted him to go to UCLA with him, but he wanted to play under Coach Ferentz. He wanted to go to the Joe Moore award-winning school. Him and Allgaier, I think, are two guys that could rotate as starters in there, and both of them are guard. They can play either guard and they can play tackle. Kirk Ferentz anointed Lucas Allgaier last year as he's a natural tackle. He's just a natural, and so that's why I'm so high on Allgaier and Wilson. Coach Barnett said Wilson has the best hands. And blocking nowadays, hands are a big deal. If you got powerful hands and good hand placement, pass blocking and run blocking, that's a big deal to a really good coach.
Yeah.
I don't expect a lot of true freshmen to get a chance, but one other than Marcello Vito.
Vito, man.
The Darian Jones from Omaha, Nebraska. He played a lot in the spring game, and he'd only been on campus for a month and a half, So I wouldn't be surprised. That kid, he might be a natural like Tommy Knight was or Desmond King. And he might be one of the. I just think the defense is going to be so much better. This roster is literally at every position I can think of, except maybe special teams, the kicker, punter, and long snappers. I don't know how great they are, but we're going to find out real quick. To me, the defensive backs, that's the deepest we've ever been. The linebacker, it's young, but it's the deepest I've ever seen it. The defensive line is deep. I'd like to see a couple more 300-pounders in the middle, but but still, that's one of the deepest I've seen at Iowa in a long time. I know the wide receiver room is the deepest I've ever seen at Iowa. And the running back room, everybody knows, we're 4 deep with really good running backs. Then we got poor Brevin Dahl and Braden Jackson, who are really good, sitting there waiting to play, And I think the quarterback room is deep. We just don't have an experienced starter back. But
we do have 2 quarterbacks that has a little bit of Power 5, Power 4 playing.
Yeah,
time.
I'm not worried about the quarterback room. I really ain't.
Okay.
Even if one of them got injured, as long as the other one stayed healthy, I have faith in them. I think we got. Good God, we got a Hall of Fame quarterback coach in Tom Moore. We got Tim Lester. Then we got the other quarterback coach. And then we got Jay Norvell and Bootmeyer, who are ex-offensive coordinators. I'm not too worried about the coaching our kids are getting.
Yeah. Well, it's I do know that in that interview that Lester did I think it was with Chad, he had to ask to get a quarterback coach. He asked Kirk to get him a quarterback coach.
Yeah.
And Kirk got him one. And so
I
think Kirk is definitely trying to do what he can to help his offense out. And believe me,
Kirk has always wanted to win. And luckily, when Lester was hired, like a couple months after that, all of a sudden the NCAA said there's no limit to the number of coaches you can have.
Yeah.
So he got analysts. He got what was the name of Hecklinski's old coach?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but from Wake Forest. He got him, and he got all this help now. There's this coaching staff is the deepest ever. Seth mentioned in his A&F interview that come out yesterday or the day before. He said, you guys all know who the defensive coaches are, me and Phil and Neiman and Calvin Bell. He goes, do you know who Tyler Parker is? That's Phil's son.
Yeah.
He said, and he listed other ones I'd never heard of,
But Parker, the Parker's son has been on the staff for quite a while.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know probably if people know that
years,
or not.
12 or 13 years, probably.
He's going to take over for his dad when his dad retires.
I don't know.
Phil will retire when Kirk does. I think they go out the door together.
Well, I'll tell you one thing: if they hired Seth, I bet Phil would stay at least 1 year to help Seth. I think.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You know what? I hate to do this, but I got to end this again.
Yeah, we covered about everything, and it's shorter. People will probably watch it more.
Yeah.
An hour long. And I appreciate the people. Was it just Toll House that made comments, or did T join in?
No, Toll House was the only one tonight. I don't know. Corey must be on again.
Well, I don't know. I watched Corey yesterday. Him and his boss. They had a live chat, and I watched it, and they
yeah. But like I said, I didn't get this out to everybody the way I should have because I waited too long. So it'll probably also explain why the live viewers are down tonight.
Yeah.
But anyhow, we'll get this out to everybody tomorrow.
I think hour-long podcasts are plenty long. As long as we covered what we wanted to do, and we'll see you Sunday, right?
Yep, Sunday. Same time, same bat channel and thing. And guys, stay tuned for my new log out, my new sign out. Here we go. I want to thank everybody. I didn't get a chance to run the commercial a second time, but you guys get the gist of it. To go cocainecoffee.com and use Villains 15 promo code, and you'll get 15% off.